Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight, we have Eric Johnson, and this is one of those videos that was requested a lot, and I finally got around to it. A lot of you have probably already seen this video. It's going to be Eric's performance of Cliffs of Dover, so let's get Eric up on screen and see how he gets on. And I'm just going to stop it there because this intro that we've got, really clean tone and a really cool delay effect that really kind of draws you into his playing, and he's playing it so well that you're not aware of the actual technicalities that are going on there in terms of the little kind of hybrid technique that he's got where he uses his pick and his fingers at the same time. But it's so well done, you just listen to it and you just want to know what's coming next. It was such a great understated start to the composition. I'm going to call this a composition because it's so well composed. Of course, it's award-winning, so you'll probably notice that by the end of it because it's so well put together and so full of melody. And now Eric's just changed to his lead tone, so then we get to hear a little bit of what the lead tone's got going on. So we've got bucket loads of technique in there. It'll take me years to break down what Eric's actually doing there. It's so cool and so technically good. In there, you could see the alternate picking that we had going on, really top technique. Some of those runs really impressive. What I love about Eric as well is that sometimes he'll throw in a little kind of pentatonic bend or blues bend. So players out there might think they know where he's going and you never ever get it right. He always goes somewhere that you're not expecting, which means it's like being taken on a journey and you have no idea where you're going to end up. Another point, that hybrid technique that we had in there when you're using the pick with the fingers of the right hand as well. Such a cool effect, and again, something that Eric's worked on to get that technique so nailed down and to such an impressive speed. But again, its foundation is melody. He's not just endlessly shredding here pointlessly. There's always a point to what he's doing. And actually, I know that Eric said that he feels like he can't take credit for writing this because it was something that felt like it came from a higher place and that it was just 5 minutes and he just wrote it all down and got it all down and that was it. Some players, when they're composing, they might sit down and think, right, what key do I want this in? What time signature am I going to do it in. And it's a really preconceived way of writing. With Eric, you can tell that this was so spontaneous that it just flows. Like everything that you hear, you can't predict. But now, interestingly enough, we're going to be getting into what I call the hooks and the main hook of the track. But I'll explain it in a second, but let's have a little listen. There we go, and that is what I'd call the main hook of the track. And if you don't know what a hook is, but you might have heard it being thrown around as a term, it's the same in an instrumental or a song that's got vocals. A hook is a particular melody that's repeated, that is memorable, that you know the song by. And it doesn't matter what the song is, but say, for example, your favorite song, the chorus, you'll have a chorus that you all sing, like maybe with your mates, and you're out at night and you're all singing your favorite song and you all sing the hook. And the hook is always going to be the main part of the track. In vocal songs, it's always the chorus. You very rarely go out and in a group shout out the first half of a verse. It's always the hook in the chorus that you sing out. The great thing about Eric here is that not only does he have this really great hook in this melody that he's repeating, just over and over again, doing it 4 times, but once he's repeated that hook, he'll then go to another little section that is still so melodic, it's like a mini hook. It's like just having an ace up your sleeve all the time. And he always introduces, even in his runs, there are little hooks within runs. It's just hooks all over the place in this composition. It's just so amazingly written. And another thing to look out for here is Eric, when he's playing through this melody and this main hook, at the end of the last bar, he always leaves a little bit of space to extemporize. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, at the end of each time he's playing it, he's leaving a bit of space to play something a little bit different. So that means that the brain loves the melody and the ear loves the melody of that first section, but then is always treated to something different at the end. The melody is like an ace. And it's like he's laid down 4 aces just with the melody, and then he adds a little bit of extemporization at the end, so he's got like another 4 aces up his sleeve and another 4 aces up his other sleeve and another few aces in his pockets. This track is just laying down aces all the time. It's just an absolute hook fest. But let's get back into the video. And I'm just going to stop it there. This is one of those videos that you just want to watch and appreciate and just listen to. You know, breaking down the techniques here is kind of pointless because it's so good and it's so well put together. It's just the pairing of technique and melody. When it's this good, you've just got to listen to it. And this is sometimes I do these analysis videos where the video is so good that you just want to sit back and watch it. There's nothing that you can say, oh, that could have been a bit better, or that technique was a little bit shaky or a little bit off, because everything technique-wise is top-notch, and everything composing-wise is top-notch, and everything in the melody and the technique just mixes so well that you just listen to it and enjoy it. Just to add another ace, he's now going to be getting into a few chords and a few little jazz chords in there, and such great variation. But let's listen to a bit more. Just quickly, like I said before, just when you think you know where he's going to go, he just totally hits you for 6 and takes you somewhere you just weren't expecting. And just as a final note, you saw there on that main hook that he's playing, the main lead break, how the first 2 times he's extemporizing even more at the end of each of those. So again, just laying down those aces, then plays it straight the 3rd time. And then the 4th time, again, really cool variation. And every time it's different. That's what's so great about Eric, is that he's extemporizing and he's never repeating lines. He's always giving you something new. So yeah, Eric Johnson, what an amazing performance of Cliffs of Dover, and what great melody and technique, just perfectly paired together. But thank you so much for suggesting this video for me to take a look at. Keep those suggestions coming in the comments below. I'm going to put the link to this video in the description below as well, so you guys can just have it on loop continuously. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!